Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the origin of English language from the book An Outline History of the English Language. Let us begin with the basic facts about language. First of all, language was something that was spoken and not written. It was only later that the thoughts and speech of a person were recorded as written material or by printing. This made us understand about our ancestors' lifestyle. For example, we are able to know the language used by Julius Caesar or by King Alfred with the help of the written documents. Secondly, language is evolutionary and not static. It keeps changing. There is huge difference in the contemporary writing when compared with the Anglo-Saxon or Chaucer's writing. Similarly, in the grammatical constructions, the words which were considered as slang are now accepted as correct standard because of American influence. Thirdly, language differentiates man from other animal species. The development of mind and personality also developed human speech. Let us now understand the four important theories based on the origin of English language. The four theories are: the first one is the bow wow theory, second one is ding dong theory, third one is poo poo theory, and finally the gesture theory. Bow wow theory tells how the earliest speech was produced by imitating the characteristic sound of a creature or object which the person was referring to. The child distinguishes a dog from other animals by the way it barks and says bow wow. Soon, the child also calls the dog as bow wow. Some theorists believe that the imitative tendency is found in the beginnings of the language itself. For example, in the word snake, the hissing sound can be heard. Onomatopoeic element is the formation of a word from a sound associated with what it is named. For example, we have the word cuckoo for the cuckoo bird. The next theory is the ding dong theory. Max Muller, a German scholar, says that the beginning of theory is found in the sense of rhythm which is innate in man from primitive stage. He relates this behavior to the rest of the world which is rhythmical. It is imitation of movement rather than the sound. Early man ding-donged with certain rhythms. For example, the purling of stream, swaying of trees, and so on. Gradually, it became a simple rhythmic hum or chant. For example, keeping time with steps while walking. It was later developed as savage war dance, medieval ballads, sea shanties. For example, the habit of whistling as an accompaniment to manual process. The next theory is the poo poo theory. This theory is related to emotional interjections evoked by pain, surprise, pleasure, wonder, etc. Our language is a refinement of these cries. Initially, this theory was an exclamation of contempt or disgust. We later got the verb to poo poo. The fourth one is the gesture theory. It was advanced by Wilhelm Wundt. It was restated by Sir Richard Paget in his book Human Speech. Signs and gestures were the earliest methods of communication. It was natural and spontaneous. For example, it is used to call a person or to make someone understand a new language. Wundt points that our gesture of hand is accompanied by corresponding movement of tongue, lips, or jaws. Later, hand gesture displaced corresponding tongue, lips, or jaws movement. Therefore, man moved from sign language to spoken language. Here is a reference for further study. As always, thanks for listening and thanks for your time. Thank you.